Howdy, folks. Welcome to another episode of the Reselling Niche podcast. And today we are going to be discussing moving and your eBay Amazon business relocating to a new location. Now, I gotta apologize for our internet connections today. I'm super choppy, so that's why this video right now seems to be moving in slow motion. But anyways, how is it going, Russ?
Mo, it's going real good. As always, it's been just one fantastic week for us over here in Savannah.
That is awesome. I know you had some awesome sales today. You want to go through any of those, or how are the sales treating you?
The sales are treating. I was telling you earlier that me and Carol just sit and laugh, tickled to death how things have been working with the putting things on auction. Of course, the items that I have really do sell more on auction, so I've had to switch over to it just because it sells better.
I haven't had the luck that you have with. I mean, I shouldn't say luck. I haven't had the success that you've had with auctions. I think it's because after I asked you those questions last time, the way you're setting them up. I think the first thing is you do a 5-day auction. I was doing like 30-day auctions, which is probably ridiculous.
A little too long.
Yeah, no one's gonna wait 30 days for anything. And then also it might be the types of items.
It definitely is. Those if you see that everything in this line that I had was sold on auction, and so it just it's putting it on buy it now and putting the high price on it didn't work.
Okay.
And I would have sat on it for a long time. Did I make as much as I wanted off of it? I think I made more than what I did. Yeah, I think that if I would have taken an offer, I had the whole lot up for like $800-900.
Okay.
And I probably would have taken 500-600. I bet I'm at probably 500-600 right now, and still have 200-300 to go.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's good.
And then, are there any ones that didn't really go as well as planned, or any of those that?
Yeah, I had a really nice adult softball bat that was and from what I could see, and those bats are a specific time since it was an adult baseball bat, and adult baseball leagues are starting up. So I figured, man, timing's right, everything's good. I put it on kind of a low start, and I think it went for like $44, $45, which is like half of what I expected the low end of it to go. But I had nothing into the bat.
That's it right there.
It's still a profit. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's it right there. Because, I mean, I think the items that I have in there, the mistake I made was I had nothing in them, and still I kind of pushed the envelope. I was kind of still saying, I need to get more out of it. So I probably listed.
I think you're going to change some of that when you really go full time, and because there's two things that are going to probably happen. It's going to take some transition time, and you're going to have to dip into your savings account.
Yeah.
And when you dip into that savings account and you watch that number go down that you've worked so hard for,
yeah,
it kind of kicks into like, hey, I don't want this to happen. And then the second time you have to dip into it, at the beginning of this month we dipped into our savings by $200. Okay. That torqued me off so bad that I got mad and got motivated for more things and doing.
So now
you're
not going to let that happen again.
I'm so mad about that $200, because that's my nest egg, that's my backup, that's my, and it was just, it goes in line with what we were talking about. We were moving.
Yep, exactly.
We went through, when we came to Savannah, we moved to our building, but we weren't in our permanent location. So the first week we moved, setting things back up, getting things all situated. Well, I didn't list as much.
Yeah, that makes sense. Real fast, I see Tanya Thrifty Treasures in the chat. I just wanted to say
hey, Tanya.
a quick birthday hello. I know it was her birthday yesterday, I believe.
It's her birthday.
So happy birthday, Tanya. She's really cool. She featured us, I want to say 6 months ago.
It's been a while.
Yeah, so really, really appreciate that. She's super cool. And I think we have Shane is on Rising Grind Picker. How's it going, man?
Hey, Mo. How's it going, man? How are you? Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can. It's just you're probably not going to be able to hear me too well because you see my video is real choppy.
Oh, yeah,
I'm doing the robot, so I mean.
Nice.
There we go.
Hey, Russ, how are you, man?
I'm not talking to you, Shane.
Oh, are you still heard about the emote thing?
I'm still heard about that pizza, man.
You got to explain to everybody out there.
It was good, though. I had a whole 10-inch by myself.
Oh, hush. Now hush.
All right, you guys have got to explain to everyone out there.
Right. Shane was in St. Louis over this past week, and that is where I spent about 25 years. I spent some formidable years there. And one of the things about St. Louis is food is just outstanding.
Oh, yeah.
One place is called Emo's Pizza. And anytime I hear somebody's in St. Louis, I say, please send me an Emo's Pizza. It's been 20 years. And literally, I said this, I have traveled all across the country, and I've never came anything close that matches Emo's Pizza. And pizza's pizza's always a go-to, for that. So I said, and Shane goes, oh, I've ate there a couple times this week. Well, that was strike one. Now he's just rubbing it in. Strike two was I said, please don't go there again and post any pictures. What does Shane do? No, he goes over there and posts pictures, sends me to my phone.
All that's missing is a video of him biting into one.
I know.
Biting it, yeah.
See, and I only live about 2.5 hours from St. Louis, so we go there quite a bit, especially on family trips. So when we go there next time, when I go there, not for a week, but a weekend, I'll get one and I'll dry ice it to you, Russ.
Hey, it probably won't. Just send me the empty box. I will lick the grease
want to smell it
off of that empty box, man.
We need scratching.
I will scratch. Yeah, I will scratch off the pieces that.
Yeah, it's definitely, and they have just dressing. It's called house dressing, and it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
Man, I'm getting hungry right now.
Oh, it's good. And the very first Emo's I ever had was in 1974. And I can guarantee it's exactly the same pizza today that it was in 1974.
Oh, I bet it is, yeah.
Don't if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And which one did you go to? One of the ones over there in Clayton, or did you go to the Hill?
Bridgeton.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's
they have them all over now. Every 2 blocks in St. Louis, there's an Emo's Pizza.
It's
just right there.
Huge chain there. And but the two on the Hill are just they're the originals. So
yeah. There's a little one in a little strip mall in Bridgeton, and that's where I went. It was good. It was dang good.
They get it, but I thought we had a good time. Messing with that, so but I'm a little butthurt. I'm gonna be real honest. You got some some work to get me back on you. No,
I'll buy some of the dressing, Russ, and I'll send it to you next time I'm over there.
That'll work. I will eat that on rocks.
Oh yeah.
No. You got to send the empty dressing package.
So I can just lick
empty bottle.
It was in here.
Because believe it or not, at Aldi's in St. Louis, on the shelf.
On the dressing?
Yep, at Aldi's in St. Louis, they sell the dressing on the shelf right there. I'm like,
there's a FBA item for you, a food item.
Yep.
That's an awesome. That's an awesome idea. If it's not,
I bet it would even sell really good on eBay as well.
Probably,
to be honest.
Yeah, it would, because I saw a lot of people when those restrictions rolled in. All of a sudden, eBay was hot for food, like snacks, stuff you can't get, because I know people used to like a lot of Trader Joe's. They're not in like every state. So I don't believe Emos is in California. Let me look it up. Is it IMO?
No,
Yeah.
it's not going to be there. It's
See,
strictly a St. Louis thing.
I'm gonna look it up on. Oh, wow! The 12-ounce bottle of the Emos red wine vinaigrette selling for $19.43 a bottle.
Wow! All right, Bolo people.
Yep, and the dressing. Oh, the dressing selling for $30 a gallon. Oh, actually, 30 and 18 shipping a gallon.
Nice.
So
the closest one to me is Overland Park, Kansas. It's near Kansas City.
Oh, they got him over in KC now.
I didn't know that. Yeah, they probably expanded out.
Yeah, and then I don't know if that's close or Springfield. I don't know.
Overland Park is
probably
Kansas.
Overland Park,
Kansas
but that's still
City.
thousands of miles away.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
And I think they got a couple in St. Charles too. But like, I mean, 1943 for a 12-ounce bottle. I'm sure you can buy them for probably $6-7. So that's over 30% profit margin right there.
Yeah. Because a couple Easters ago, after Easter, I found some Cadbury eggs at our local grocery store down in Florida. And, because Cadbury only comes out, and man, people bought that up on eBay in a hurry.
No kidding.
Yeah, food on eBay is something we've never really talked about, Mo.
Yeah. It's like you think, okay, it's got to be like FBA, but you got to remember those FBA warehouses are not refrigerated. And I think I don't know if it's March or April till September, nothing, what do they call it, meltable is allowed there.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm not saying send ice cream on eBay, but I mean, unless you want to pack it in dry ice.
Right.
But people do want, I'll give you an example of what people do want. And this is a local butcher in my shipping store. I don't know, this is like 10 years ago. And he sent sausages. And then we had to dry ice them. And he sent them to the East Coast. We overnighted them. They weren't frozen. They were like, they weren't warm, but they weren't frozen.
Was it like because a lot of sausages are dried meats to where they don't have to be refrigerated.
Yeah, I mean, I could see them. They were in something. I mean, some kind of sauce or something. So it was kind of like it was like this super thick bag. And then they placed that within a plastic container. And the plastic container was placed within a box of a ton of dry ice. Like the container was like, I don't know, 4 by 6. The box was like a 18 cube box.
Yeah. What was that one Rick and Morty, the Szechuan sauce?
Oh,
What was that going for on eBay at the time? $1,500 a packet or something like that?
I think it was pretty high because it was just a little packet and it was really high.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and Diana in the chat was talking about Twinkies. Remember when those guys went off the market for a little bit?
Hostess and all them, yeah.
Yeah, I knew people that were like stocking them up. I'm like, I like a Twinkie, but I don't like it that much.
Well, and that's where like you got to really just use your head because like food items will sell. I've sold some food items, but probably only like one time, and it sold. But like, not always. Amazon's not always the go-to. Like I dabble on Amazon, but I'm not a very good Amazoner because it's not the platform I like, but I still dabble in it.
I'm kind of right now. I'm kind of there now. I used to be big into Amazon. Now I'm kind of moving away big time. Maybe I'll get back into it. I probably will because it's just so big, but there's so many other places you can go.
But if I do Amazon, I'm going to merch fulfill everything.
I mean, I think they want you to do that now because at the very bottom, last time I checked in, at the very bottom, I still have it. There's a trial period for, I forget what they call it.
Prime,
merch Prime.
Merch Prime,
like
yeah, whatever they call it. So I can, it's funny, whenever I say merch, I think of t-shirts. But, but yeah, I never did that. But I know there's a lot of big time sellers that they would make their money on merchant fulfilling, and then with that Prime, I mean, it kicked them into high gear.
And I'll be honest with you. Merchant fulfilling your items, even just listing on Amazon, it is so much quicker than eBay. Like you could list 20 items in like 10 minutes. Boom.
Oh
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as hard as I don't know why I started straight in the FBA, and when I did merchant fulfilled, I was surprised how easy it was. I'm like, wait, this is just like eBay with just not a pretty of a like a display. It looks real plain, but it's simple.
Now, I've been getting into Mercari, and I've sold in the last 2 weeks like almost $100 on Mercari.
I need to ask you about Mercari because I was listening to a podcast today, and then I heard lots of people were talking about Mercari, actually, not just one. And then somebody was saying they are really good with they flat rate shipping. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah.
I put in like because I'm selling bubble mailers on there. Go figure, right? And I'm selling cases of them, and I can ship them out for $9. And on eBay, it's like to 20. And I'm shipping out a 10-pound case for $9.
That's crazy.
Yep.
I'm wondering if that's better than Amazon rates. I mean,
it probably is, to be honest with you. It's probably pretty competitive.
It's got to be definitely better than eBay's, but I mean,
yeah.
I'm
crazy.
impressed with their listing app. I mean, it's just bang, bang, bang.
It's easy. It's easy.
Yeah.
I listed like 3 items sitting in my car at my storage unit just in like less than 15 minutes.
After we talked the first time, Shane, and you were talking about Mercari, I went ahead and started listing very, very few things. I think I'm up to like $30.
Wow.
And yeah, okay. And I'm like,
yeah,
I really no time in it at all.
Yeah.
And I kind of did a different. I don't like to mix my inventory across lists. So it's got its own little box, and we've got it in there. And man, and chintzy stuff.
Yeah.
We sold a chintzy wall plate.
Oh wow!
Picked up. Yeah, and it was like, oh man, I mean, so quick. And my belief has always been, if I can make $10 at something, I can make $100 at it.
Absolutely.
And if I can make $100, I can make $1,000 at it. So
absolutely.
It's
there. Definitely. And then
go ahead, Mo. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I would say the only thing I don't like about Mercari is that you can't post over one quantity per item. Because every time I sell a bubble mailer, I gotta re-enter the box and I gotta do a whole new listing, and it's a pain. But
there's no sell similar. Yeah.
I posted
or relist.
4 cases, and 3 of them's already sold, and I got 1 left up. I mean, that's pretty good.
Could you? I know it's not I don't know if this is a cheat, but can you say on the type like 4 boxes of quantity 1 of 4 boxes? Can you do that?
Because your listing dies after it's sold, and it just poof, and it goes into the solds, and then you can't relist it. So what I've been doing is I save the pics. Since I have multiple quantities, I save the pictures on my phone, and then I will copy and paste to my clipboard on my phone. So when I hit paste, I go to clipboard and I find it and I just insert it in, and boom, it's done.
Nice. And then what about returns? How's returns going on Mercari?
They don't do them. They don't do them unless there's Mercari. From what my understanding is, I've never had a return on Mercari, but from my understanding, they don't do them unless you as a seller made a mistake.
Okay, that makes sense. That's fair.
Because what you do is you sell an item, and Russ is probably knows the pain in this is the seller or the buyer has 3 days to rate you, so your money's on hold until they rate you. But after 3 days, it automatically gives it a good rating.
Okay.
Yeah, if they don't rate you, it automatically kicks in, and then they release the money, but it goes into, you have to do an account release to your bank account.
And it has to be over $30, right, Russ?
I think so.
Yeah.
can we send it to PayPal? Do you know if that's a possibility?
I don't know. I didn't see an option on there. It just makes you enter your bank account information, which I have
So
a
it's gotta
business.
be.
Yeah, I have a business account. So I just type it in and boom, it's actually, I think it's a little bit probably about the same, if not sometimes faster than PayPal.
Yeah. Well,
And then
PayPal likes
I
to
can cut
hold our
back in
money.
there. You said $30. What was that the minimum for?
To get it transferred to your account. I think you have
Oh,
to have
gotcha.
30.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
from Mercari to your bank
Your
account.
bank account. Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
And
Okay.
I got right now I got like another $38 in there from 2 days worth. So I'm gonna probably transfer it out tomorrow. And it should be in there first thing Monday. Should.
Now listen up, people. When you have three resellers talking about something and they're excited about $30, don't look at the number aspect of it. Look at it as we're I think all three of us and Shane, you started us on it, are looking at it as another stream of income.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It is. And that's so important that what Russ said as a reseller. Like Russ and Mo both, you guys are super, like, have a lot of knowledge. And with us three compared, we can see this is a big deal.
Yeah, it is.
And like Diana says, it adds up. You take you start, and it starts adding up. All of a sudden, it's $30, and you turn around and you've got $100 in there. Now you set that to your bank account, and now you've got $100 to go out and source with.
Yep.
And
you know what?
Shane,
In the back of my mind, it's kind of like might possibly push my ASP up when I'm listing things on Mercari. Then if it's they're like, I want something else, maybe I want at least $15 or at least $30 per item. So
yeah, and everything's on best offer. They can send you an offer. You don't have to put a button on it. Just they can send you an offer.
Diana Klink says 3 days ? After they receive it to rate. Yeah, after they receive it, the buyer gets 3 days to rate you. So, I mean, virtually, it's better than eBay because Mercari says after that 3 days, you can't return it anyway. And eBay, it's 30, 60, or 90 days. So
and
PayPal's
180.
Yeah. Can you say that one more time? You can't return it.
Yeah, unless you did like a super bad, gross misconduct as a seller, Mercari will stand behind you.
That's awesome.
From what I hear and from what I've seen, they will stand behind you and they will not let them return it.
I mean, it makes sense from a business standpoint. Obviously, as long as you're not, messing around and selling junk. But I mean, if you sold something, it's on the up and up. Let's move on to the next thing. I mean,
I'll be honest with you. I did almost $40 on 2 cases of bubble mailers. I have 300 left. So do the math.
You get it. It's hard to show your matrix and stuff like on your sell-through rates and it is kind of harder to search solds and stuff. But if you just jump on your Mercari app and take a look at what has recently sold, Mo, there's stuff in there 150, 200.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid. And one thing I like about that is it's going to tell you also what to be looking for. Because when you're scrolling through those solds, the pictures are coming up, and it's not just, when you go on eBay and you search sold, you've put in a search criteria. So Mercari shows you everything that sold in the last 10 minutes.
Well, and look at this. Here's mine. All these bubble mailers. Sold $48, sold $31, sold $23,
Nice.
sold $38. And honestly, Mercari, I mean, the percentage is a flat percent that they take. It's flat.
10%, 10%, and they're done.
Yeah, there's
done.
no PayPal fees or, you got your shipping fee, and you can either charge shipping or not charge shipping.
Right.
Yep. And I'm seeing in here, I think. Sorry, I was looking at the chat here. I got Diana. She's got like a channel here. I'm not sure how to click on this.
I think you do show. Just say show.
Click show.
Yeah.
I don't see it. We clicked on it. I don't see anything now.
I don't either.
Or you clicked on it.
I click show and it disappeared. So Diana, if you got a channel or you want to say something about your channel, let us know. You can jump on too.
Yeah,
I'll put our
Diana,
link
the links in the comment. Jump on with us, Diana. Come on. You don't even have to go on camera.
I'll
Just
put it on there again.
yeah, put
Sorry,
it on there
I'm real
again.
bad with the chat. I put it in there again. We have no problem with anyone talking about other reselling because we're just regular folk too.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if you have one video up or 1 million. We're all the same.
I'll tell you, there's some cons about Mercari, but the best thing I like is the promote button. It is amazing.
Who does it promote it to?
It makes your item lower, so it'll decrease the price and push it up in the ranking.
Nice.
Automatically.
And because you mentioned that the rating system, is it kind of like Poshmark and some of the, like I think Etsy too, where it's kind of a social? They're pushing that social media aspect to the business or not?
Nope.
So you don't have to worry about that then.
They have hashtags that you can up to 3 hashtags. They do have likes.
Okay.
But they don't have like a closet. They don't have that type of how many friends do you have.
Yep.
So it's kind of they've taken out some of the popularity stuff out of it.
You can still follow a seller, but it reminds me a lot of eBay, to be honest with you, but just on a mobile platform.
I think that's what people are moving towards anyway, so that makes sense.
Yep.
I tell you what, Diana, if you list, she does have an Mercari account. She's going to start there tomorrow. I challenge you to list 10 things over the weekend, and then list like 5 things, and make it dollar items that you found.
Yep. And
make it good items. But if I challenge you, if within a week, if you haven't made $25, I'd be extremely surprised. And then just keep. It's like eBay. You list more, you got more chance. And I think what we might be missing out, and what one of us needs to jump on is there's going to be some massive sellers on Mercari, just like what BH whatever on eBay.
Yep.
And they're going to start giving you preference. Man, you start selling more, so.
Yep.
And I think wasn't it that Mercari just recently even added whatever fees they have now? Before that, they were like totally free or totally something was free. I don't know if it was a year ago or 6 months ago.
I can't remember
because I wasn't on there, so I'm not sure what it was. But
I wasn't on there either because I just started using Mercari like maybe less than 5 months ago, probably. And I did. Here's how it started. Okay, I started using Mercari for sourcing because when it first came out, I didn't know, but I signed up for an account after a little while, and people were listing vintage concert shirts so low you could buy them for like $5.
I think I remember you saying this. Oh wow! Yeah.
And now that's not the case. So don't go sourcing on Mercari. But yeah.
Okay, because I know just for anyone in the chat, I know our topic was moving your eBay and Amazon business, but this is too good to pass up. I might actually change the title, so we're just going to go with this for now, Mercari chat. But you know what, Russ, I'm going to take you up on that too. This weekend, I'm going to list 10 things on Mercari. I'm going to sign up and list 10 things on, and we'll see what happens.
Look at that on that app, and this is really where you can learn, Mo, and get on that when it says what's sold in 10 minutes. Just hit that, and it'll say more. I tell you, that's where I learned about this Ray Dunn stuff. The Ray Dunn, the farmhouse.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah.
Right, and you will see what's selling because you'll see like 5 Ray Dunn cups that say coffee on it.
Okay.
And then you hit more, you'll see what's selling.
Yep.
That's why I was like, ooh, and when I started picking up chintzy stuff, I picked up a little light switch plate and for nothing, and listed it for like $14. Boom, I was offered 12. I made, what is that? So $1.20 off of it. They paid for shipping. and $10.
Well,
Oh wait, backtrack there a little bit. So the buyer pays 100% for the shipping then?
I choose on that listing. I chose that the buyer pays shipping.
Okay.
And of course they and they say it on there. You're more likely to sell your item if you choose shipping. Well, everybody knows if you're a buyer today, you know that the price is the price.
Yep.
If it's $14 with shipping, it's going to be $10 without, and you pay shipping.
Yep. And with the bubble mailers, I just put the shipping See, it's easy. I know it's $9, so I just put it in the price. That's all I did.
Right.
All right, we got it. It looks like Russ's challenges. We got more people. Cindy's in there too, so we got 3 of us.
Cindy, take that challenge and get.
Russ, let me ask you this question: how long did it take you to sell an item once you heard about it from me and started listing? How long? Probably not very long. Probably wasn't.
About 2-3 days.
Yep.
Yeah, and I had like 3 things on.
Yeah, I had 4 things on just this last 2 weeks, and now I'm down to 1 already.
So yeah, I was like, I'm telling my wife, I'm like, Carol, they bought that, and it was a swimsuit, vintage polo swimsuit.
Huh? So this is key though, because you mentioned Russ. You mentioned it has hashtags, right?
Mm-hmm.
It has hashtags. Okay. I don't know where.
I think 3. I think you can put up 3, right?
Okay. You can put up 3. I don't know how that plays in. I know hashtags play in.
Yeah.
I don't know if they play in the Google or if they're playing in where they're playing in.
I think it's the Google search ranking. I think.
Is it?
I think.
Okay.
I think so too. Because everyone's talking about how, depending on how you list, even on eBay, you want to list for Google.
Yep. But here's the deal, and I'm glad that everybody's taking up Russ on this challenge. But here's a little bit of a nugget. If you think you're gonna sell it for $15.99, price it up to like $20, because after 2 days you can promote it, and you can only promote it every like 48 hours or something like that. Right. So when you promote it, it drops down the price and boosts it up in search, and then everybody that viewed it gets a message saying, "Oh my gosh, this item just went down in price."
Yeah,
that's smart.
I mean, I am extremely impressed and excited about what I've seen so far in Mercari.
Yep.
And go ahead, Mo.
No, I was just going to say, I think I missed one question by Dan. It says, how do you see what is selling at Mercari?
Oh, it's easy. You do what Russ said and the 10 minutes, but you can type something in, and there's an option to look at the solds, and you just filter it and push solds. But Russ's idea is excellent. Is to look at what's selling.
When you first turn the app on, when you pick it up and you hit the app button, and it comes up to that main page where you can hit the sell button. On that main page will be a little bar that says recently sold.
Here.
And
hold on, go ahead.
Up,
I'll pull it up real quick and show everyone. Here. So this is the front of the page, and it will say sold in the last 10 minutes. And it has a bunch of listings there. And you can click on that, and then you can view them.
I think that's really smart. Even their interface that I could see there, it was simple. 3 pictures, 2 or 3 icons. You click or you don't, and that's it.
Yeah. But you can search something just like eBay and type in like the Ray Dunn coffee mugs. You can type in Ray Dunn, and then it has a little thing in the right-hand corner that says filter, and then you can just click on sold, and then it'll show you the solds.
So can I sell my Ray Don't coffee mugs as well, or no?
Ray don't coffee mugs.
You can. I haven't heard of a term of service on like copyright violations yet. So
that was a good joke. That was a good joke.
Cindy says, "Do they charge to promote?" No.
They
it's
just
10%.
They just when you promote it, you're just decreasing the price of your item. That's all you're doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Cindy, you brought up a good point there. Me and Mo have talked talked about. Now, I make my living on eBay right now. I mean, that's my main focus. So it's kind of like biting the hand that feeds you, but both being technical background, I know like what can happen in the background in eBay and what the, where they have spent the last couple years figuring out how to get more fees out of us sellers instead of bringing in better equipment for us to use and bringing in more sellers or more buyers. That, and immediately, Diane, that's the Cindy, I'm sorry, that's the programming that do they charge to promote? No, because they're going to take their 10%. Their system is clean. All they need is 10%.
Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys remember. This is probably 2008. I think that was when the big eBay shuffle happened. And ironically, that's kind of when FBA started to pick up speed, or started around there, 08, 09. So whenever that type, like a Mercari comes out now, everyone's talking about it. So you're going to see it jump in Mercari, maybe Poshmark, and that. Yeah, eBay, like I think Russ described it well. They're kind of like the giant behemoth that can tweak things and change things, and they'll do it to benefit them. And they'll do that, and they'll lose a lot of customers to someone like a Mercari.
Well, let's just now, don't get me wrong. Before I say this, I love eBay. Yeah. I would go out tomorrow and get an eBay tattoo and film it and put it on YouTube if I chose to. And I probably will one day, who knows. But what I can say is, okay, how do you think a small app like Mercari can negotiate a better shipping price? eBay negotiated better shipping prices. They keep the extra of what we pay them for shipping. Exactly. And they roll it into an account, and then they roll it out after the interest has been accrued. Yes. That's what they do.
And that's the whole thing. You ever wonder, I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but it's, I think, pretty obvious. Why does it take so much time for an item to sell, and it sits there and they bought it, but you don't get that? Someone can delay it for 3, 4, 5 days. It's all just accruing interest, even if it's 24 hours on, 50 cents, that they do that 20 million times or whatever they sell in a day. That's a lot of money.
Yep. Yeah. And they just keep the extra. Like, they probably negotiated better prices, but we're paying for a first-class package at 10 ounces. We're paying $3 and some change, and they're probably taking like 50 cents and keeping it because it's probably $2.99.
Yep. The Superman, what was that? Superman 4, whatever the one, the half penny. Where's that half penny going?
Right.
I did cost accounting program. I'm telling you, those half pennies can add up real quick.
Hey, I remember because when I was in England, they actually had a half penny. So
here's a good. Okay, so I'll sorry to interrupt you, but I'm going to show you this. No. Here's a really good outlook on Mercari. Okay, I sold a box of bubble mailers for $38. Okay, $38. I paid $9 to ship them. They were 10 pounds. They were like 9.5 pounds. $9 to ship. The selling fee, I promoted it 4 times. So I put it through promotion 4 times. The selling fee was $3.80.
Wow.
And when did you have to pay that selling fee?
It just automatically came out.
It automatically comes out like Amazon does it.
Yep. Kind of like Amazon. Yeah. It just automatically just comes right out, and you don't have to worry about paying it.
Right. And
your shipping automatically comes out, just like Amazon.
Because raise your hand if you've ever gotten caught with your pants down on eBay selling.
2 hands.
Yeah, I mean it's like oh man, you go out and source and you're like, all right, because I have the business PayPal. I can swipe that card, and I'll go out and I'll look at my PayPal and go, okay, I'm good. I said, okay, I got this much I can source with. And I'll source and I'll go, oh man, I forgot about my eBay selling fees. Then I'm sweating it out, or they're going to hit my bank account, which I hate. And,
and fees are like last month on eBay, I paid like close to $500 in fees.
Yeah.
And it's funny how it's kind of like, for me, I don't know if it's like that for everyone. Is it everyone in the middle of the month? Kind of like 15th through the 17th, somewhere in there, or does it depend on when you started?
I think so. Everybody's middle of the month, payable on the first of the month.
See, what I've started doing, sorry, is if I can, and I can't every month, but as soon as it hits and it says invoiced and it says this month, I'll pay it off that month if I can. Because that way I don't have to think like Russ is saying, okay, what am I going to lose? This amount of money.
Yeah. And Diana Klink just said in the chat what I do. She pays every week. So I actually pay about 2 times a week. And I make sure I pay about after every 4 to 5 items I sell, I'll pay.
That's actually even smarter.
And then I keep about anywhere from 800 to 1,000 on reserve in PayPal.
You know why that's smart? It's because I don't know. I'm sure you do some OA on eBay as well, or anyone that takes PayPal. You can use it for that. Then I used to keep more, and I should keep more in PayPal. Right now, every month I'm getting it out right when they invoice it, so I should keep it more of a thing so I can go out and source more online.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
You got on paying every week, and I got caught with this one time. You got to be careful. Yeah, you got to be careful when it gets down near that end of the month and you're paying on it. One time I got double hit. I paid like 2 days before the bill was due, and I saw the notice and it said, "Now, we're getting ready to hit you with this fee. Are you sure you want to pay it? You may get double charged." And I think it was, I was paying it down weekly, and it was maybe like $80 or something that I had, and paid it for that week. And they took the 80 out, and then they took out what the bill was. It was another, say if it was 80. So I got hit double charged. Now the nice thing was I had they credited it, but I don't like anybody being in control of my money but me.
No.
Yep.
No.
Wade Ventures in the chat. Howdy, Wade.
Hey, Wade, how's it going? And if you don't have enough money in PayPal, they'll take it from your bank account. I learned that the hard way.
Yeah. Raise your hand again, right? We've all gone. And that's when the wife says, "Hey, what was that charge?" No, never mind. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too down on PayPal's pretty good, but you guys are right. You guys just do it in increments, and I love that once a week thing. I mean, if I get in the habit of doing something like that, then you don't have to think about it. You don't have to stress at the end of the month.
Well, and sometimes, depending on how expensive the items are, I'll pay 2 times a week. Because there are some items also for $300-400, and I'm not going to wait till the end of the month or even the end of the week to pay that. I'm just going to pay it right now.
Especially like Q4 or something.
Right. But I have, the last 2 months, I have overpaid. And guess what happened? As soon as I logged on, there was a credit on my eBay account.
Yeah.
At that first of that month, they credited my account.
They're always good about that, actually. I mean, from what I've seen, I don't purposely overpay, but I've done the same thing. $10 here, $15 there. But you see that negative 15 owed or whatever.
Yeah. I had $27 the first of this month go into a credit. I'm like, man, I overpaid by that much, and I didn't even know.
Now, do you all have the? I see that Diana, she has the PayPal debit card.
Yeah. The
business debit card. Man, that's a dream, because I can go pull money out if I need to, cash out.
Yeah.
I'll pay. Well, me and my very frugal ways, I will go to the grocery store and I will go buy like 1 banana and pay like 25 cents for that banana or something like that. Or even if you pay like 50 cents for a banana. And then when they say cash back, I'll swipe that debit card and go, yep, cash back.
Yes,
and
please.
like Yep. So my grocery store takes, they don't charge me, and I get basically my bank fees 25 cents, and I get to eat it.
I mean, I remember I've been in downtown San Francisco where I had to get cash out. The grocery store didn't allow it, and I think they pointed to the ATM, and it was like a $5.50 ATM charge.
Right.
Like, come on.
Well, and that's where like, see, and for those of you that don't know that's watching, I applied for a business and everything. So I actually have a business account, which helps me a lot. It helps me manage my money because I can't spend it on just anything.
That makes sense.
And I hired a lister. So I have a lister working for me now that's remotely listing stuff for me.
How's that working?
Dude, I have 14 listings that I have to go in and approve and launch right now. And it's like clockwork. Here's the thing, and I'll be really honest with you. So I have spent 8 years in corporate retail management, middle retail management, and I met with him for 2 hours and I gave him a training session and he's like a champ now.
Nice.
And I think really what happens with when you hire, you hear a lot of really bad things about listers, right? Like I hired a lister and they didn't work out. Well, did you give them the tools to succeed? That's what you got to ask yourself.
That's true.
Yep.
Do you mind if I ask what kind of style you have for like reimbursing, like paying him? Is it like monthly, hourly, or?
Nope. So here's what I do. I pay him it's a slot based fee. So if it's $24.99 or above, I pay him $2 a listing, which is way above the average.
It is
$2 a listing. If it's below $24.98 to I think $16.99, I pay him $1.50. And if it's below $16.98, I pay him 50 cents. And
okay.
I'll give him a group. Like last week, I gave him 15 because it was his first week. So I'm like, I'm going to get his feet wet at 15. So he's going to do the 15. I'm going to go on and approve him. And then I'm just going to send the payment. It's an app called Square Cash, and it's on your phone. And I'm just going to like type in his name and send it directly to him, and he gets it in 20 seconds.
Nice.
And it'll come right out of my business account. And then I will just label those miscellaneous fees because it's more of like on a contract basis. It's not like an hourly rate. So I'm just going to label those like a miscellaneous, like a contract lister fee or something like that,
How does Wade I know one of the questions is like eBay in the past, they didn't, when you sign on your account, you're signed on your account. How are you doing that virtually to handle that security issue?
So here's the thing. I actually worked with this guy, and he was a manager with me at one of my jobs, and I trust him.
I trust him. Okay.
I trust him.
There is no way to get around that security issue, is there?
So no. Yeah. So I will give him access to my eBay, but there's people that use InkFrog for that. And you can use InkFrog, but you got to pay it monthly. And basically, I've never used it, but I'm actually going to start because I'm going to buy like 4 to 5 months. I want to hire 3 or 4 more listers, but I will not give them access to my account. I will virtually use InkFrog, and I got to do more research, but I think they can build like a template, and then you can transport it to eBay.
I think I've used InkFrog very briefly. I had one guy and he liked it up until he had to upload pictures.
Yeah.
He said the only bad thing is comparing it to listing, like if you did it straight through eBay, it's a lot slower.
Yeah.
But you kind of had like batch the pictures and send them in, which was okay. But I mean, security wise, I don't know this because I've only used that InkFrog once and nothing else. I don't know, but I think it's the best security wise.
It is.
Yeah.
Wade says great pay for listing items. Most don't offer $2. And so here's my vision is if you don't want to pay your lister, you're not going to get good quality.
Yeah, I'll second that because this is when I had a lister that was taking pictures. We kind of negotiated a price, and he went for a very, very low price. It was basically he was taking pictures and doing listings, all of this for like, I don't know, 50, 60 cents a piece. And it was great for a little bit. But then what happened is that he did it for a while. It's not so much fun anymore.
Yep.
And then I'm sure he found something that can make a lot more money. I don't blame him. Yep. And then it's like, you know what? I'm busy this week. I can't do it this week. And then that was it.
And this guy, I got him like kind of negotiated in that if he gets a full-time job, he's going to actually do it anyway for me part time, because if I give him like even 60 listings a week, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it is.
That's a
No,
lot of
I
money.
think what you're doing is you're building in
Yeah.
incentive for him to want to do more, do a better
Yep.
job, to stay on, and which is the complete opposite of what I did. I looked at, oh wow, I can pay this little for that.
Yep.
No one's
And-
going to stay.
No, and that's the thing. $2 a listing, but it's only $24.99 and up. It's a slot. So if it's below that, it's $1.50. And if it's below, I think 17, it's 50 cents.
And you're the one deciding on that then, right?
Right. And he agreed too. And he's like, that sounds really good to me. And it was kind of a mutual agreement, because the thing is, when you want to hire someone, you don't want to try to force it down their throat. You want to sit them down and say, what are you comfortable with?
Yep.
What would you want to work for?
Yeah, because this is a side gig for them to start out. I mean, there's no, it's a side gig. Let me ask you, on the virtual end of it, I know, like, in the past, I've seen, because this is all new to me, on even thinking about getting a lister, but I'm getting near that point.
Yeah.
You know, the virtual side of it, basically, we have to take the picture, right?
So I have been taking the pictures and measurements. So here's my little system. I figured this out. I will take the pictures, and then I will write the measurements and the price I want him to price it at on a piece of paper, and take a picture on the end of the photo set.
On the end of the photo. Okay.
And then I actually upload them all onto a Google Drive, and I share it with him by his email so he can access it. And I give him on the Google Drive, I give him authority to edit and do anything he wants.
Gotcha.
I love Google.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Google Drive is awesome. And I think you get like 1,000, or it's like a huge amount of storage for free.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've never hit that.
you get like 60 billion terabytes or something like that.
I uploaded like 300 pictures for him over the weekend, and it took up like 15.2.
See, Rusted Raccoon says, I have an hourly employee, I pay a photographer, I pay 50 cents a listing, and a shipper 10% of sales. That's interesting. My question, I'm not sure if Rusted Raccoon could answer. You just tell them like at the end of the month, went through this, or is it per whatever how do they figure out what you sold and all that?
Well, if he's got an hourly employee, then that's a whole different ballgame.
Yep.
Okay.
Because are you paying him W-2 or 1099?
Okay. Yeah.
Pays weekly. Okay.
Yeah.
Because that's the whole different ballgame of.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you do hire someone, check the laws in your state, because for me, I have a federal EIN number. I can hire people and put them out on payroll. But the thing is, in Illinois, you can hire people on contract.
Yeah.
And nothing. It's like a no holds barred kind of thing on that.
Yeah, I haven't figured. To be honest, I need to go back to that with my merch as well. Merch by Amazon. I need to hire, because I was using for T-shirts. I was using it's not called Upwork anymore. Oh, it is called Upwork. It used to be called Odesk. Oh. And the same thing happened with that. People came in, they do it for a little bit, get bored, and they left. So it's kind of like a merry-go-round. I'm wondering if it's good to have a pool of people, 2 or 3 people. So kind of.
That's what I'm gonna do. That's why I'm gonna go Ink Frog probably in about 3 to 4 months, and I'm gonna actually start hiring like soccer moms in my town to do the listings, and I'm gonna pay them like $1 to 50 cents. But my main guy, I'm still gonna pay him good, because I want him to stay. I know he's good because I trained him, and he has retail background, and he knows what to do. But I think my other people, I'm gonna pay him a little lower. And then once they do a good job, I'll boost it up a little bit.
Yep. See, Rusted Raccoon said, I'm sorry. I was just saying in the chat, Rusted Raccoon was saying the reason he pays 10% is for incentive. He's been paying that from the beginning, and he moved her to only shipping. So kind of the same thing as Shane was saying. It's kind of you're giving someone the reason to stay there and kind of stability.
Yep. Like you gotta pay to play the game. That's what it is. It's all about.
Have you guys ever thought of this? I'm always trying to think of other streams of income, and because especially with our technical background, Mo, you probably thought of this too. figuring out a way to contract out. I go find 50 people that can list. I train them, and then contract that out to other resellers.
Oh, that's a good idea. Well, that's kind of like what Susan Wells does. You know Susan Wells, right?
Yeah.
No.
So she's like a big YouTuber, but see,
I'm sorry.
to use her service, though, they need access to your eBay account, 100%.
Ooh, yeah.
And then you don't know who's doing it.
Yeah.
See, that's what I always wondered. Why doesn't eBay come in? Because I know I've never used it, but I've seen Amazon has a thing where you can basically allocate a section in there so someone can only do certain things. eBay, I don't know why they never did that.
They need to
imagine the listings if we had that. People use InkProg and stuff. One of the things that when we talked to Z and Beck over the last week that I learned about myself was, when we start out in this business and we start doing our own listings and, we're doing everything, we take such ownership of it and we have such a passion for it. It was extremely hard for me to give it up to my wife and she's the person I trust over anybody, but it'd be like, nah, and we had issues where I would get, because I said so instead of explain it to her. So, she was a bad lister at first, and it was my fault. And so, so that's part of it too, is we have to get out of that mode of total control.
Yep.
And
I'm a little bit like that.
I think all of us are when we, because it's our business and it's our passion.
Yeah.
Well,
I'll say
go ahead.
Sorry.
Well, I was going to say I'm a control freak anyway, but working in the industry, in management and retail and corporate retail management, it learned me, if you want to build a business, you got to let go. You have to give something up.
There has to be something you don't like doing as much.
I hate listing. I hate listing. So
yeah, for me, I mean, to be honest, I had to cheat because I have one employee that was basically but that was through the shipping store. So she does a lot of basically all the shipping for eBay, for Amazon as well. So that part of it kind of it was easier for her to do because it was so similar to everything else. But the rest of it, I haven't really found a way to transition out to somebody else.
Well, who else we got in the chat, Mo, that would like to, Shane, if it's all right with you? We got Rusted Raccoon.
Yeah, I don't care.
Mo posted the link. Wade, if you want to jump in.
He might. I'm not sure if he's still there, but yeah, let's see. I'll put it in there. There you go.
Tony Lynn.
Jump on in.
Is Jeff Bezos in the chat? I don't see.
Jeff Bezos.
No, I blocked him. He can't come on now.
You blocked him. He can't come in.
I'm angry at him.
All right.
He's the only one blocked from the show.
We're talking eBay, Mercari.
Blocked him.
So if you feel free to pop in, we're not going to grill you hard. Just introduce yourself.
Yeah. But yeah, I'll tell you something is eBay needs to do a back-end platform just to give someone back-end access to just limit certain things. Like you can limit them to save it as a draft and that's it. And that would be nice.
There, Rusted Raccoon. There's a link there, Rusted. If you want to jump in, introduce yourself, say hi to us, jump up on Google. You don't even have to go on camera.
Oh, he has a Rusty Raccoon has a channel. Actually, I was watching it a couple days back. So he had some good videos that I saw. Hey,
while we're waiting for Rusted Raccoon to jump in, now I've goaded him into it. We go, he's coming at a good deal. So, did you guys happen to catch the eBay update on your app that was really streamlined? I got I had it for like 45 minutes. I was like, oh, they updated their app, and there was some really cool, like it was kind of like streamlined.
Really?
And then it went away. This was like a couple days ago.
Oh, okay.
So And then I noticed they had, I think today or yesterday, they had classified button popped up. So I can tell they're tweaking it or doing something. So hopefully they're coming out with when's eBay open?
July, I believe. June. Let me look that up real fast. eBay open.
And I think I have a good reason of what they're tweaking. I got this email from eBay probably like last week, and they're working on the catalog. They're trying to make an eBay catalog, and I don't know how it's going to work. There's been some talk that they're going to be geared towards more newer items, and it could push down pre-owned. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard similar things. Oh, eBay open, just so you know, July 24th through the 26th.
Maybe they'll roll a new updated app out. I mean, I was like excited about it. I was like, wow. I showed Carol. I'm like, look at this. They've made it to where it's just almost like how a Reddit app works, where it's just continuous now, and you don't have to keep going into certain areas. Each block was nice. It was.
That's nice.
Maybe I was that, or who knows? I may have been hallucinating.
Thinking about that Emo's pizza, and he just dreamed it up.
Just Ted Drew's on top of it. It was just like going and seeing a Cardinal game, something like that. I don't know. Who knows? I can't. Maybe I'll have to check with Carol. Did I show you an app?
Now, I'll tell you what, though. The Goodwill bins in St. Louis are legit.
No kidding.
Like the downtown St. Louis Goodwill bins. I went to one in Bridgeton, and it sucked. I went to the downtown bins. Okay. All right. I had a subscriber. I put out a video, and I had a subscriber, and they pointed out that we all, on a previous video, talked about this product, and it's the Adam Soccer League.
Adam Soccer?
Adam, yeah.
Wait, we said, sorry, I cut out there for a second.
It's like the Adam Soccer League, or, you know what I mean? The AT.
Adam Soccer League.
We talk. It's a soccer. Well, anyways, I found.
Like the Pee Wee Soccer League?
No. So I found this jacket at the bins, and it is an Adam soccer team, and it's like the Pittsburgh Adams, and it's a vintage jacket.
Wow.
And it's going to go for probably around $200.
Nice.
We talked about soccer, and Mo mentioned one of the leagues, and this is like the same. Let me look it up.
Was that the indoor soccer league, Mo, from the old the Major Indoor Soccer League?
Yes.
Okay. So that is pre. Yeah. I mean, they went defunct in the mid '80s.
NASL.
Yes.
And I got an NASL jacket called the Adams. It's the Philadelphia Adams. And that thing, that thing is sweet. It has their big Adams. Vintage. It has their big Adams logo. Like, it is sweet.
Nice.
Because they went defunct, the league, in 1984. So that's 70s or 80s.
Yep.
Wow.
And this jacket has a name, and it's a real. And I'm trying to think of. It's like, hold on, I'll look it up. But there's only one sold on eBay, and it was sold for over $200.
I would put that thing high.
Yeah. And there's no.
Mo taught me that. If you don't find much on it, put it high.
Yep.
I think I'll even. Yep.
Yeah, I have so many things that I didn't know what they were, so I just put them up high. It doesn't always work, but it doesn't hurt.
Never know.
It worked on that puzzle, Mo. I could not find any research on that puzzle.
Nice.
And I put that thing high, and it sold the most I've ever sold a puzzle for in my life.
It's a Stahl and Dean jacket.
Nice.
And it's called Stahl and Dean, and there's one that sold for like $210. I think I'm gonna list mine for like $400 or $500.
Yeah. The person that wants it will offer you the right amount.
Yep.
And because I found a Ralph Lauren Indian jacket, put it up for $500.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Took $350, $400, about $350.
Like an Aztec vibe, Southwestern kind of.
No, it was a American Indian head on the back of the jacket.
Wow.
And that,
that's sweet.
Oh, it was sweet.
Oh.
And
That's nice.
So that when you put that Adams jacket up, the person's watching, and they'll
I'm looking
offer
these
you the
up right now.
They'll watch, man.
Some of these are nice.
Yeah. There was only one sold, and I don't think there's any actives. And the one that sold was brand new, but it looked like they put it up and sold it right away. Like it doesn't look like it stayed on there, and it was like it's like 210.
Nice.
And
that was at the. Tell me about the bins now, because one of my things I was going to do when I rolled, are they deep bins? Are they crowded? Are they?
They're pretty crowded, but I'm going to be honest with you. It was amazing. I walked out of there. I spent $22 at the downtown St. Louis bins. This is the downtown because they have two, and this is the downtown one. I got the Adams jacket, and it's probably going to sell for decent money. Let's just say just say a 200. And I got 3 golf clubs. One's vintage and it sells for like 60 to 70. One is a brand new one almost, and it'll sell for about 60 to 80. And I got one that sells for like 40. And the jacket, and I got 3 pairs of vintage orange tab Levi's.
Oh,
What? Wait, say that again. You got 3 pairs of orange tabs?
Yeah, 3 pairs, and one pair is like they're not Big E's, but they're really old. They're like the Western that's not really denim, but it's like kind of stretchy, and then the other ones are like. And I got them because the knees were ripped out, but everything else was amazing. And I'm like, someone will buy those. The knees are ripped out, and they look super cool. 3 pairs of orange tabs.
I think I figured out your game plan when you go to a bin, because you said it was busy, right? So
Yeah,
you
it
went
was
for
really
those
busy.
golf clubs. So
Yep.
I can see Shane's walking around. I got a golf club, man. Don't mess
Yep.
with me, man.
Yep.
And he picked up all the good stuff.
It was. Well, you know what? It's funny because that's the only bins that's been like that. It was brutal. But these golf clubs, all 3 of them were in one golf bag, and then one guy reached for it, and I just took the whole bag. I took the whole bag and put it in my car, and he was reaching, and I just took the whole bag.
it's that busy. It's that type of bins, and okay.
Yeah. But, it died down a little bit towards the evening. I went like 4 o'clock, prime time. I think if you go a little earlier in the morning, it probably wouldn't be that busy.
Oh,
See,
man.
I haven't been to my busiest bins. The busiest bins around me would be, I think it's Market Street, San Francisco. And I've heard about them, read about. I never went, only because it would take too long. It'd take me about 45 minutes just to drive there. Plus, I don't know where the parking is. I hate parking in San Francisco. But I've heard it's good for clothing. Yeah. That's what I have heard.
But do not film in a Goodwill bins. You will get kicked out. Believe it or not, I filmed. And I found that jacket live on camera.
Oh,
Adam's jacket. And I uploaded it. I uploaded the video last night, but I was filming to where it looked like I was just looking stuff up, and I wasn't. I was filming. You got to be really careful.
You got to be sly about it. Yeah.
Yeah. They will tell you no filming's allowed, and they will kick you out and not let you buy your stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't be nice to get kicked out, but nice that you got that filmed.
Yeah. And I just picked it up, and I'm like, man, I think Mo talked about this. And I'm like, yep. And I threw it in my cart, and I looked it up, and I'm like,
the NASL.
And I'm like, what? Like, are you kidding me?
I'm putting the video in the. Yeah, I just found it right now. I'm putting it in below. So you guys want to check this out? He is not kidding. He videotaped, and I'm watching it right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thrift Adventures, Thrifting St. Louis.
I always try to fit this in one show.
Yes.
So it goes back to our theme, Mo. Research equals knowledge equals profit.
That's right.
If Shane wouldn't have been, if you wouldn't have spoke about it, if Shane wouldn't have been listening, he would have walked right past $200. Now, Shane, if you walk out on your street and you see $200 laying on the floor, are you going to pick it up?
Oh, I'm going to dive on it.
You're going to dive on it.
Yeah.
But people all day long pass stuff up because they don't have the knowledge.
Well, and Mo,
They haven't been.
Mo knows so much about soccer. I don't know I don't know anything about soccer.
Ironically, that's what I don't really resell it, but that's because it's something I like to do. And get this.
He mentioned it, and I seen that jacket, and I'm like, and I remember he said they went defunct, like,
yeah, 84, I think, something like that.
And I had a YouTube subscriber on that video say, "You, Mo, and Russ talked about this." I'm like, "We did."
Nice. That is.
I love old tags, old stuff. Defunct. We should do a whole show on defunct sports teams.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
Like, I mean, because I know you guys were talking about baseball teams last time that you can only get, they went out in the 60s, 70s, 80s.
Well, I just found a vintage Nike. I have it listed up on eBay, and it's a basketball team for the NBA, and it was the Los Angeles Lasers or something like that. And they went out like they only lasted like 3 years, and I got like a really nice vintage Nike windbreaker.
Nice.
Shane, I actually went to a St. Louis Spirits game.
Nice.
So yeah, I wish I had some of that stuff.
That would
don't say it. Don't you say it. You almost said it. Did you hear him, Mo? He almost went. That was a long time ago.
I did.
I got him on choke. That's strike two, Shane. Strike two, Shane.
I'm not doing too good here. I'm gonna have to mail Russ like an entire 20-inch pizza from Emo.
He's gonna mail you an empty box, man.
Strike three, you're gonna have to drive it down here.
Oh man. Oh. But how much fun would that be to go thrifting? I mean, that might be a fun trip.
Oh, I tell you, it is. Driving around and thrifting, doing the Travelodge and doing other Goodwills and stuff, man, you learn like so much, and it's so neat to run into stuff. Like that's why I was asking about the bins. Like, do they have the deep bins? Do they have the big blue bins? How crowded it is?
It's the big blue ones. On both.
See, and
both.
With my back, when I see deep bins, it just because the good stuff's at the bottom.
Yep.
Everybody knows the gold's down.
But the blue ones they have are shallow though. They're only like a couple feet, and so it's nice. But I went to the Bridgeton bins, and I went at like 6 o'clock, which is prime time, and there was like 5 people in there, and I'm like, this place is gonna suck.
Well, I've got it's just absolutely flabbergasting our bins here in Savannah.
Wow.
It will flat blow you away. I was in there today, and there was 3 people in there.
What?
Yeah.
See,
I mean, it's just and they're open 7 days a week.
Wow.
I mean, it's just the bins have not taken off. We don't have the pickers. Savannah pickers are kind of a different. And I hope I'm not giving up my honey hole too much, but I can't pull it. I'm only there like once a week, but they have like a row of 99-cent bin and it's all electronics, and it's all popcorn poppers, just home goods for 99 cents a pop.
See, St. Louis is 99 cents a pound for everything.
But for it's still 99 cents. Oh,
furniture is like $1.79. But I bought I only spent $22 on all that stuff, and I had like a brand new backpack. It's like a baby backpack, and it sells for like $80. It's from Target. Like it's a Jeep brand, and it has new tags. It has a couple little stains, but I'll get them out.
Nice.
Yeah. See, the funny thing about the Bay Area is all the bins have like their own identity. I've only been to 3 or 2. Completely different. Like the East Bay, I'm in the East Bay, so near like Oakland and that. So they have one kind of near the East Bay, and when I went there like a year ago, the first time, it was kind of like built for people that come in and buy pallets. Like they have these giant racks on the walls, and they want you to buy the pallet. They're asking you to buy the pallet. And it's mainly clothing. They had some shelves on the walls with some books and like knickknacks and stuff. Mainly clothing. And I didn't find anything else other than one giant thing of like broken DVDs and CDs. But then if you go to like, I think it's Santa Cruz or around there, that it looks like it's in an old kind of like big barn thing. It's really open. And I got the impression it was super picked through. People are, it's not that busy, but the stuff was really not up to the other one.
Yeah.
So I probably wouldn't go back there again. But
and here's go ahead, Russ. Sorry.
Mo, isn't if you think about it, though, that's true with Goodwills too, because we've got 1, 2, 3 Goodwills right in our area, and depending on where that Goodwill's located, it's its own
True.
personality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, yeah.
Well, and everybody so you hear these horror stories, like the bins are scary. I love the chaos. The chaos is amazing, but you got to get allies. You got to get allies. Okay. So here's what happened. This really cool. This guy was next to me picking, and I found this wooden letter opener, and he was like look like Middle Eastern type stuff, but he was a really cool guy, and he said, "Oh my gosh, that looks cool." I'm like, "Hey, you want it?" And he's like, "Yeah." Then he found a nightstick, and I just stuck by him, and we were like looking through bin. He found like a nightstick in one of the bins, and I'm like, "Well, if I get jumped, he's gonna get my bag."
See, I know Shane's method. He goes back.
Again.
What can I need a weapon, and then
Yep.
all right, then I'm good.
And then this guy, he looked at me and he said, "Oh, I've been finding his weapons because he had like a nightstick and like a couple billy clubs. Like no
my
kidding,
goodness.
he found at the bins." And
Oh wow.
so he found a couple pieces of clothing, and he's like, "Hey, you want these?" I'm like, "Yeah." And we were just kind of trading back and
Get
forth.
those.
And I didn't even know him. I didn't even know him.
That's crazy.
That's awesome, though. You get your allies because the
Oh.
bins in Florida. There's one the Lakeland bins. Man, you talk about. You're right. I had to get allies because we would pick for each other, but it was in a room about the size of a strip mall business. And we, at any given time, there may be 125, 150 people in there.
Wow.
It was crazy.
Yep. I think there was probably about that in the downtown, because it's downtown St. Louis. There was a lot of people in there. But then there was like this other girl. She was like soccer mom type style. And she walked up and she's like, "I got this saying, how much do you think it is?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's 99 cents." And she's like, "Oh, but it's missing the cord." And I'm like, "If I find one of those cords, I'll give it to you." And I'm like, "But here's what I'm looking for." And she's like, "Okay." And she was looking for the stuff I was looking for.
Nice. Have you ever seen the one chain that that's their first time to the bins?
No.
In Florida, we would line up our cart and then run stuff to it because they didn't even have room for carts. I mean, it was so the cart you had to line up on the wall.
Yeah.
And you ran stuff back and forth to it and piled in your cart, and people would go be picking through carts and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was always we could always tell the ones it was their first time in there. First of all, they're going, "What is all this stuff? And how fast are you guys going through it?" Because man, we picked fast.
Yeah.
It literally was like barbarians at the gate.
Yep. Well, and the funny thing was the guy that had a nightstick, the one I kind of made friends with. I think he was like Greek, and he had like the coolest accent I've ever heard. And he's like, "Look at this! I found a weapon!" Like it was a cool accent, and he sounded kind of like a mobster. So I'm like, I'm gonna be friends with this guy.
At the very least, you have security now.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
But I've met more people at the bins and nice people than I've ever met at a regular thrift store.
Well, you know what? We're all together in that, and everybody knows what we're doing. And yeah, you do miss some stuff because somebody grabbed it before you, but you can't physically search everything there by yourself.
Nope.
And we all got to eat.
Yeah.
And we all got to get along. And I met in Florida. I met some other resellers that we would talk and trade stories and you have that connection.
Yep.
Oh, did you guys? I helped one guy get on FBA, and he just it was like the greatest thing since sliced bread for him. Yeah,
Well,
we all.
And like when I grabbed the golf club bag, the guy that I grabbed it from was like shoving people out of the way. So I just went on the other side and grabbed the whole bag and put it in my cart with all the golf clubs and just walked away. And he's like, "What just happened?" Because he was reaching for it. I just grabbed it, put it in my cart, and walked right away.
He's now, come on, Shane. Tell the story right. You were swinging that golf club over your head while you were. You got your backup nightstick, buddy.
Yeah. I mean, that's scary right there.
You put your hand on that golf bag, and that guy went, "Oh, sorry."
He's like,
sorry.
You can have it.
Oh,
Sorry, you can have it.
Man, that's like an awesome like cop show. It's a nightstick and golf club.
Yeah.
We have
I'm at the Goodwill bins.
We have another business idea, Mo. Why haven't we thought of this before? A reality show, Picker at the Bins reality show.
Ooh,
that would be awesome.
Yeah.
That'd be so much. I mean, because people love drama on those types of shows.
Yeah.
That's nothing but drama.
That's nothing. That could be like nothing but drama. And why hasn't anybody? I mean, now that it's going to be done, we've got pickers at the. We've got American Pickers. We've got the thrift, not the thrift, the thrifter trash.
Yeah.
I mean, and then now the storage room. So they haven't figured. I guess you come up with enough money, Goodwill's going to let you film in there.
Oh, they'll let you film. I mean, if you come up with enough money and you give them a cut.
They'll do it.
They'll do it.
They might not let anybody else do it, but they'll let you do it.
They'll let those producers do it.
Yeah, the camera crew and everything, and that would be awesome. It'd be like me, Russ, and Mo, and a bunch of other random resellers on the show, and it'd be a lot of drama involved and a lot of
like the pre-opening interviews. Like, what are you looking for today? Oh man,
the hero
Shane,
shots.
Man.
Yeah.
I saw that Shane with the golf club last week, man.
That Russ guy, he tried to tip me with the Emo's pizza, and I didn't fall.
He comes around me this week. He's going down. Did you send me my check to being on camera this week? You know that's what those guys are. All the storage room guys, and they're all after the show's over. They're all going and having a beer and cutting up. Did you get your check this week? I sure did.
I didn't even sell anything on eBay, and I still got a check.
Still got a check.
Like, what's eBay?
What is that?
Yeah, they're doing good. So
you want to hear something crazy though? I do want to share this. So when I was in St. Louis, like my YouTube channel is kind of growing, right? Yeah. And I got like pretty close to like it's over 800 subs. I'm closing.
Links in the description, people.
And Daryl Sheets from Storage Wars added me as a friend on Facebook.
Nice.
And it's legit his account. It's legit his account. And a couple of the guys, they're actually in the reseller community because they resell. Yeah. And him and like another one of the guys are, and I think he came across my YouTube channel because I had posted it in one of the groups, and right after that he added me. And I'm like, wow.
Nope. Now help me out because I don't watch TV. Which one is Daryl Sheets?
He's like the heavier set guy with the sun, and he has like the goatee.
Oh yeah, kind of a bigger, taller guy.
And he drives the trucks all the time. Like
always got a wife beater on. And
Yep.
It's funny how I know this, but not having a TV.
Right, I know. Right?
Yeah,
that's cool. You should get him on your channel, man.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I might try. I might shoot him a message and say, "Hey,
what's the worst he can say?"
No, that's the worst thing he can say. So yeah. I might try that. I might actually try it, and I'm just gonna shoot him a message because we're linked on Messenger now. So I think I'm just gonna shoot him a message one of these days. I'm like, "Hey, you want to come on my YouTube channel? See what happens."
Yeah.
If I get Daryl Sheets on my YouTube channel, like how many resellers can say that?
That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So
yeah.
Well, gentlemen, I'm upset too long, so
all right.
I'm gonna have to get up and moving.
I think what we'll do is I'm gonna edit the title for this one because we kind of went in our own direction, but that's okay. I thought it was good. So I want to thank you, gentlemen, for sitting with me and chatting with me about pizza and Mercari and nightsticks.
Pizza. Nice.
Pizza and Mercari. Hey, Mo. Yes. Now we're gonna. Oh wait, I got one more thing, and then we're gonna talk for a little bit. This is the kickoff of summer.
Ooh.
Today?
Yeah, this weekend is
Oh.
kickoff of summer.
That's right.
So keep that in mind as your as for people that they're still camping, they're still, summer stuff sells. Golf shirts are still in demand right now. They'll curve up until
Find
what?
those master shirts
August?
if you can.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
I got one
Yeah.
new attack sitting right behind me.
really?
On the list
Nice.
tonight. Yep.
there you go. So keep that in mind that everybody says, "Oh, it's a slow season. It's a slow season." Don't make it the slow season. Figure out ways to get around it. And
Stop selling ski jackets in
Yeah.
August. Or
Fishing,
Yeah.
fishing stuff, fishing reels, all that stuff sells.
Yeah. Big time. I found a big thing last year, clearance at Walmart, fishing lures, probably February or March, but by like within 2 months, they were gone.
Yep.
So, yep. So let me see. We're a little bit over an hour, maybe an hour and 20 actually. So I wanted to thank anyone out there listening on iTunes and anyone out there still on YouTube. We will be back next week. Hopefully we'll have Russ, Shane, myself. And until the next one, thanks for listening to the Reselling Niche podcast. Have a good one, guys.
take care.
See you, everyone.